Jeez. Hatred. Pure hatred. That is all I've been receiving ever since that coil gun video last month. Comments like, your channel is a joke, or from this guy with over 10 subscribers. I would trust my 13-year-old nephew with that kind of wattage, and he has lots of repressed rage. Look, I'd love to make a more powerful version. Believe me, I would. But the only relays I could find isolating the Arduino from the high current was rated for 30 volts at 10 amps. I couldn't find one that went higher, so it looks like I'm kind of stuck.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Opto isolators and MOSFETs, both rated for over 200 volts. So let's talk upgrades. I still need to use the Arduino to control the coils, but instead of using these really slow, really bulky relays, I'm now going to be using these 300 volt opto isolators, and they're still logic level, really easy to use. We wouldn't be switching anything without MOSFETs. These are 250 volts at 50 amps. We're only going to be using 10 amps, and I will explain why in a minute. So in terms of power, last time I used a 30 volt 5 amp power supply, and this time I'm going to be upgrading to rectified single wave AC power coming from the mains. I'm using a full bridge rectifier that can handle up to 1600 volts at 100 amps, so this should be more than capable of handling what we're using it for. And I also got these giant ass heat sinks. Let me explain real quick why I'm limiting this thing to 10 amps. So I had two options. I could either go really big with the amperage and then risk melting my entire coil gun in a couple seconds, or I could play it relatively safe with 10 amps and have my entire coil gun stay intact, which is something that I want. So here's the dilemma I was facing. The highest amount of wattage that any resistor could be rated for was 100. I couldn't find one that went higher than 100. So what I did was I ordered 12 of them. That should give me a wattage rating of about 1200. That gives me an amperage of about 10. And I figured 1100 watts is still pretty good, so works out. Also, I'm going to be adding 2 pounds of 22 gauge 2 pounds of grade A beef to the front of it. I also changed out the PVC to CPVC. PVC can handle around 155 Celsius before it starts melting. CPVC can handle around 200 Celsius, so I went with that. And the last thing I'm going to mention, I changed out the Hall effect sensors for infrared sensors, and this is because the Hall effect ones only respond to magnetic fields. And magnets, at least the neodymium ones I was using, are really dense and heavy. The heavier your projectile, the slower it's going to go out of the barrel. So this time I'm using infrared sensors, so I can use any kind of metal projectile. So that is going to be a major plus. And I also got a 30 amp AC switch just in case something goes wrong, just for quick access. So first, before I could start anything, I had to strip all of the wire from version 1 and put it onto version 2, and that is where I'm going to leave you guys. So I just got done wiring one of these reflective infrared sensors. So the serial print page is spitting out all the numbers that are being picked up by the infrared sensor right now. I have it programmed so that when the value gets below 15, the LED here turns off. So let's go ahead and try that out. So 3, 2, 1.
Nice. Nice.
Perfect.
His name is John Cena!
Well, that does it for this one. If you have any suggestions for maybe a coil gun number 3 or any other projects, just go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.